I'd like to call the regular session meeting to order. Roll call.
Mayor Romanek.
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Here.
Vice Mayor Sui.
Here.
Commissioner Watson.
Yeah, here, sorry.
Commissioner Ranello.
I'd like to call Reverend Joseph Hamlin, Church of God, for the invocation, followed by the salute of flag. If we could please stand, please. Please stand, please. Let me come with the microphone, sir.
Lord, we thank you for this time to gather together. Lord, we look to you. We just ask you to be here with in our presence. We ask you, Lord, to help us, Lord God, to hear one another, to see all of the plans that are made and the things that come before us. As I stand before the people of Millville and the leaders that have been chosen, Lord, I think of another leader, one who was king of Israel, and his name was Solomon. He loved you, and in his love for you, Lord, you looked at that and you asked him what he wanted, and his answer was, I just need you. I need wisdom to lead these people. I pray, Lord, that there would be wisdom in this house, Lord, that we would be led by your Spirit to make decisions, Lord God, that would be good for the city and good, Lord God, that would lead us to you and your plans for us. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975. Was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
No, just one announcement that Commissioner Ranello will not be here this evening because she's not feeling well.
Thank you. Any presentations?
We have none.
Thank you.
Make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second to pay the bills. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui.
Yes.
Commissioner Watson.
Yes.
Mayor Romanek.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Make a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of the following minutes and to proceed with the regular order of business. July 16th, 2024, regular meeting.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve of the minutes. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui.
Yes.
Commissioner Watson.
Yes.
And Mayor Romanek.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Make a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of the following minutes and to proceed with the regular order of business. August 7th, 2024, work session, August 7th, 2024, closed session, and August 7th, 2024, regular meeting.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve those meetings. Roll call.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui.
Yes.
Commissioner Watson.
Abstain.
And Mayor Romanek.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
We have now reached public comment on agenda items only. If you would like to address this commission on the agenda, please come to the podium, state your name, address, and concerns. Please limit those to approximately 5 minutes. Thank you.
Roy Shepard, Millville. In regards to the cut and clean on number 19, on these properties, how do we know that these grass cuts are being done? The agenda didn't come out till yesterday. I went by a property that was on the last batch of properties that were, I guess you could say, cut. One of the properties being out in Edgewood Acres. I've been mowing grass for 25 years. The property that they said on the list of places that they were at said that it was cut. The grass looked like it had not been cut all summer. A lot of times when you do work for banks and foreclosed homes, a lot of times the contractor has to take a picture of what they did and submit it to somebody. So my question is, How do we know that these properties are actually getting done, or are they being billed? Thank you.
Thank you, Roy.
Seeing no one, I will close the public comment on agenda items. Petition and letters.
We have none.
Reports of commissioners. Commissioner Hewitt.
First, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the EMS, Fire, and Police Department reports for the month of July 2024. Make a motion?
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Okay, a little bit of a breakdown, quick breakdown. EMS calls for last month. Calls for service, 744. Fire calls, calls for service, which can and does include possible water rescues, any automobile accident, and naturally fire. 130 calls for last month. Police Department. Last month, Millville PD responded to 3,460 calls. I have here an article. I'll be quick. Let me open it up. This refers back to a fire that we had that was in the city before we even got in office. It was on High Street. It was an upstairs apartment, and naturally Millville Fire responded. This article came out of Fire News, New Jersey. It's for fire rescue and EMS. We have a crew, a split crew of firefighters that were recognized. I'm going to read this, and their names will be included. Fire News is pleased to announce the winner of the 2023 Fire News National Award for Heroic Fire Unit of the Year to the Millville Fire Department. Millville Fire Department received the Heroic Fire Unit of the Year award due to heroic effort used to save a family from a fire in a commercial residential building. While the family was stuck in their apartment on the third floor, firefighters Kohansky and Hack Jr. attacked the fire in the hallway to protect the family's apartment. Firefighter Suey secured a water line for them and assisted in stretching the hose line up the stairs. Ladder 35 arrived with firefighter Quay operating the ladder. Firefighters Hall and Lippincott ascended the ladder and brought the family of 4 to safety. It is thanks to their teamwork and courage that the occupants were rescued safely. The Fire News National Awards were recently announced, and the Millville Fire Department was one of 11 awards presented nationally. The nomination was submitted by Michael Lippincott, Chief, Millville Fire Department. And I just want to say kudos to Kenny Hack, Kevin Hall, Sumner Lippincott, Zippy, we all got nicknames, Kevin Quay, and Kyle Suey. And I cannot leave out, because there are others there, everybody responds. Goes to an all call, everybody comes. It was an all hands effort. And these guys have been recognized both here, they've been recognized in the yearly awards throughout the county, and this just came out, here they come walking in. I'm gonna let them get their seat for a minute.
And Commissioner Hewitt, I was researching on Fire News right now, and it's a nice picture. I hope the public can go on firenews.com and search New Jersey and look for this post, but it's a very good picture of our fire department, of those members that just walked in.
Exactly, and 2 of them are here right now, and they know I thank them. I thank them all the time. I spend a lot of time with my teams, whether it be PD, fire department, and EMS, which is part of the fire department, and the entire public safety team. Like I was talking about as they walked in. Fire goes off like that, and every firefighter in this town is running. paid and volunteer, and we have help coming from cities surrounding us. Again, thank you, everybody in Millville Fire Department. And that will do it.
Thank you, Commissioner Hewitt. Commissioner Watson.
I have the update for the mid-August report from Streets and Roads. The fencing for the retention basin at the end of Airwork Street is being installed. Permanent patch at 6th and Garrison is complete. The catch basin repair and permanent patch across from 205 Burns Road is complete. Catch basin repair at 10 Buck Street was complete. Sinkhole repair at 3rd and Garrison was complete. The utility patch repair on Carmel Road was complete. Streets and Roads is cutting back vegetation growing out of the roadway on the center island of Union Lake. Brush pile at the compost facility has been ground up and hauled away. Fall brush collection, residents can place brush out to the curb for September collection now. Keep in mind, we only do one pass throughout the entire city. Streets and Roads is receiving calls for loose leaves. It's not loose leaf season collection yet. That starts in November. As of August 1st, the ACUA has been collecting bulk waste every week on your designated trash collection day. You may place one bulky furniture item out every week on your trash day. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact Streets and Roads, 856-825-7000, extension 7388. As always, a recycling coordinator would like me to remind residents, mind what you're putting in your recycling. There's certain stipulations, certain guidelines we have to follow, and we'll be charged as they will decline a recycling truck if it has any trash in it. Please, would like to encourage residents to sign up for a recycling coach to assist with that. There is still an issue with one of the tools on Recycling Coach app, but other things are accessible. I want to thank my department as, they're always willing to meet any requests that I have. Department head's really great to work with. Again, trying to find space for the 15th Street warehouse. They're always coming up with options and willing to assist. Thank you so much. Thank you, Commissioner Ranella, for meeting with us and putting together a couple meetings to look at some buildings and potential opportunities. Thank you, Kirk, for the same thing. It's nice working together, nice seeing each other, going over each other's what they're thinking, their opinions. But I think for the most part, that's all I have.
Do you have Commissioner Ranella's report?
I do, but you have to ask for it.
Since Commissioner Ranella's not here, Commissioner Watson, do you have her report?
Yeah. This is some fun stuff. We got a couple events going on. Fourth Friday, as the mayor stated, Friday, August 23rd from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is the last fourth Friday of 2024, so please make sure you stop out to Buck Park for live band, games, vendors, and Mr. Foamtastic. Holly City Fest will take place on August 31st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll be shutting down the High Street from Main to Broad and filling the road with community booths, vendors, face painting, balloon twisting, live bands, and so much more. If you haven't signed up your business or organization yet, there is still more time to register. The NPP committee got together last week to review submissions for the Buck Park Memorial Project. Christina Davis's mural design was selected. We are excited to hold a community mural painting on Saturday, September 7th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You do not need to be an artist to participate. We will have it set up in paint by number style, so come join the fun. If anybody has any questions for upcoming events, please contact the Millville Recreation Department at 856-825-7000, extension 7394. And congratulations to Christina Davis as her mural was selected.
Thank you, Commissioner Watson. Per Commissioner Ranella, always good updates through parks and public property. Fun ones, that is. Vice Mayor Suey.
Yes, first make a motion to receive and file the tax collector's report for the month of July.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second to receive and file the tax collector's report for the month of July. Roll call.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Suey?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Second, the county has expressed the desire for us to pay for a portion of the Nab Avenue extension design. We are negotiating with the developer to pay that part for us. But keep in mind that the county receives approximately $20.5 million from the city of Millville every year. So I question the need for the city to pay for the design. I asked County Commissioner Cilio to come to a meeting to explain why the city should pay that, and if any other city in the history of the county has been asked to pay for the design of a county roadway. I also asked Mr. Cilio to come to a meeting and explain the benefit of the so-called middle mile project, which will utilize significant amounts of county taxpayers' money in the tens of millions of dollars. They have a grant, but it is a matching grant, which I understand. Maybe if you folks have some spare time, instead of Oprah and me, or while you're Oprah and me, send one into the county to find out exactly what this middle mile project is about. Significantly more money and a big impact on your taxes as well. Mr. Cilio, to his credit, has agreed to come to a meeting in September to do so, so I look forward to that explanation. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. As for myself, fifth floor is working and moving right along as it should. I have been doing governmental duties, as you would expect the mayor to do, with businesses throughout the city of Millville. In meetings they have requested, I have requested with other businesses for governmental work. All is good and well in the city. On Sunday, I was asked to attend the Sandy G. Memorial Benefit Car Show at New Jersey Motorsports Park on per RK Chevrolet in Vineland. They have raised over $650,000 in 13 years and have empowered RK Chevrolet Team Sandy to remain the #1 Chevrolet dealership in the nation for raising money for making strides against breast cancer. They're proud to announce that for the upcoming years, that fundraiser will continue at New Jersey's Motorsports Park. It's great to see businesses from Vineland come and use the area that we have for especially motorsports and motorsports enjoyment in the city of Millville. I like seeing that. So it's great. It was a great time out there. Weather was beautiful. Lots of pretty colorful cars. They got a great turnout. It's just one of many events that they do for their chance to raise money for that. I also, after that, attended the Wheaton's New Jersey fire apparatus function. I don't know. I read my emails for once. It's sarcasm. It was neat. It's great to see the history that, not only the city can do, but the city and local areas of all antique fire apparatus. Saw a couple of Millville firefighters out there. I know we have an old one. Why can't we put one in there? It was a nice time to see. I haven't been to Wheaton's in a long time. It's great to see, all aspects of Millville and all areas of Millville being welcome and out to that, one of those many events that Wheaton's does have. Ordinances in the second reading.
Okay, so the first item is an ordinance authorizing amendment to the Motor Vehicle and Traffic Regulations Municipal Code, Article 10, Schedule 21, to add parking reserved for handicapped persons at 306 Smith Street.
Make motion?
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on ordinance in the second reading, item number 1. Any comments? There is a public hearing. Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing. Roll call.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Before we continue, I just want to make sure, is Christina Davis here? Where she was selected for the mural?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Doesn't look
Guess
like
not. She's not standing up, so
Okay.
I just want to make sure if she was here, give her a little round of applause.
Okay. All right, so ordinance on second reading, item 2 is an ordinance amending City Code Chapter 11, Bureau of Permits and Inspections, Section 75, Construction Permit Fees.
Make a motion?
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on ordinance in the second reading, item number 2. Any comments? There is a public hearing on this item. If anybody would like to address this item on the agenda, please come to the podium. Seeing nobody, I will close the public hearing. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ordinances in the first reading.
Okay, we have 1, which is an ordinance authorizing amendment to the Motor Vehicle and Traffic Regulations Municipal Code, Article 10, Schedule 21, to add parking reserved for handicapped persons at 412 West Foundry Street.
Make motion?
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on the ordinance in the first reading, item number 1. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Consent agenda item.
All right, all matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the Board of Commissioners and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a governing body member so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Item 1 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2024 budget, which is now available from the Reserve for New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Authority, Millville UEZ Central Business District Improvements Phase 2 in the amount of $550,000. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2024 budget, which is now available from the New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone, Millville UEZ Administrative Budget, fiscal year 25, in the amount of $150,000. Item 3 is a resolution authorizing adjustments to the tax and utility records. Item 4 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2024 budget, which is now available from the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation, fiscal year 2022 Municipal Aid LA-2022 Riverside Drive roadway improvements in the amount of $354,350. Item 5 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2024 budget, which is now available from the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation, fiscal year 23 Municipal Aid LA 2023 Pleasant Drive roadway improvements in the amount of $508,648. Item 6 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2024 budget, which is now available from the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation, fiscal year 24 Municipal Aid LA-2024 Pleasant Drive improvements in the amount of $486,808. Item 7 is a resolution authorizing special assessment of municipal liens for certain properties due to expenses incurred by the City of Millville relating to board and secure, plus administrative fees in accordance with Chapter 11, Article 6 of the Municipal Code. Item 8 is a resolution authorizing special assessments of municipal liens for certain properties due to expenses incurred by the City of Millville relating to cut and clean plus administrative fees in accordance with Chapter 11, Article 6 of the Municipal Code. I just need a motion to approve these items.
I would like to make a motion to approve all these consent agenda items, and I just want to clarify, if I can, with Pleasant Drive listed on there.
There's two different items for Pleasant Drive.
Mhm.
I would love to do that for you, but we just get these from the CFO, and that's just how we get them to include. I'm not really sure. But do you know why we have
Well,
two grants?
I mean, you can answer this, solicitor. I think you're doing it because you have relatives on Pleasant Drive, as do I, but this is not spending any money yet.
Yeah,
So
I don't think
we
it
need
would
to-
be a conflict.
All right, even if I live in Pleasant Drive?
Even if you live there, I don't think it's a conflict.
Okay, then I would like to proceed with the motion.
And I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve a consent agenda items with clarification. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Resolutions.
All right. Item 1 is a resolution authorizing the city to enter into a contract purchase order with County Conservation Company for brush grinding and removal in an amount not to exceed $28,890.
I would like to make a motion on this as well. I do have the certification of availability of funds in the amount of $28,890, signed by our CFO, Susan Quinones.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 1. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
The motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing the naming of the city sports complex known as Block 227, Lot 1.01 to Tim Shannon Sports Complex.
Make a motion?
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 2. Any comments?
Yes. Tim did a great amount of work for the sports in Millville at all levels, and his input sure is missed, and he's missed by everybody.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Mayor Shannon was a pivotal part in Millville's history, as known as the fun mayor in a lot of sports. And you can see that just with his brother Rob and the Rob Shannon Sports Complex. So we hope to continue his legacy specifically with sports in our town. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 3 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2024 budget, which is now available from the County of Cumberland Municipal Alliance on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse in the amount of $17,881.25, with matching funds in the amount of $3,576.25.
Move the resolution. I have certification of funds for $3,576.25.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 3. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 4 is a resolution rescinding letters of support for the suitability of a Class 1 cultivator license and Class 2 manufacturer license to Statewide Property Holdings, New Jersey LLC on 1300 Wheaton Avenue.
Make a motion.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 4. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 5 is a resolution of the City of Millville vigorously opposing the industrial offshore wind project.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on the resolution. Any comments?
Yes. If you read this, then you will see that power that is currently being produced for $55 a megawatt for residents, power produced by the offshore wind project will be $155 per megawatt for residents. It's even higher for commercial and industrial users. So you would think adding power to the grid would result in a cost reduction, but that's not the case. So the resolution we're supporting is online. Please read that, and when you read that, you'll kind of scratch your head like I did.
And just to be clear, because it's not in here, this is not directly in line for us. This is up north, mid-Jersey, Long Island, off Long Island, I believe.
Long
Short
Beach
community.
Island.
But, yeah, but it is just, they're asking for backup throughout.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 6 is a resolution authorizing the city to provide $21,828 in Urban Enterprise Zone grant funds to the Millville Vineland Urban Enterprise Zones Development Corporation from July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025.
Make a motion, and with that, I do have certification of availability of funds in the amount of $21,828, signed by our CFO, Susan Quinones.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 6. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 7 is a resolution approving a First Amendment with Vortex Services LLC for an additional amount of $870 with a new total cost of $41,180.
Make a motion. With that, I do have certification of funds in the amount of $870, signed by our CFO, Susan Quinones.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 7. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 8 is a resolution authorizing Lawn Company Incorporated as the sole source supplier of submersible chopper pumps and appurtenances. What is this? Appurtenances. Thank you, Brock. For the wastewater treatment plant and third secondary clarifier addition.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 9 is a resolution authorizing the construction of an ISSDS individual subsurface disposal system to be placed on the city right-of-way line of Block 220, Lot 1213.01.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on resolution item number 9. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Motion carries.
New business.
Okay, just need a motion to authorize the city clerk to advertise for bids for the project known as electrical repairs, maintenance, and service contract for sewer utility, water utility, and public properties.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on new business item number 1. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. And I just need a motion to authorize the following special events on public lands application pending any outstanding application items and approvals needed. Basketball game sponsored by Positive Vibes on Sunday, September 15, 2024 at the Waltman Park from 5 to 9. And God in the Park Gospel event sponsored by Positive Vibes on September 14, 2024 at the Waltman Park from 12 noon to 3 p.m.
Make motion.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second for new business item number 2. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Mayor Romanek?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
We have now reached the public comment portion of our meeting. Anyone who would like to address the commission, please go to the podium, state your name and address, and your concerns. Please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes. Thank you.
Good evening, Tim Cardy, Millville. There was a couple things mentioned in the work session that kind of caught my ears, and one was about capital improvements, about how departments have to cut back on their capital improvements, the list they put in. You know, to me, there's 2 important things to consider that really doesn't have a price tag, and that's 1, your employee safety. There should be no price on your employee safety. We can't afford to have workman comp claims, lawsuits, and so on. So there's no price on that. And the second one is always public safety. It's just something to think about, even when you do your bonds. Public safety, employee safety ranks number 1. And I don't think anybody has problems if taxes are raised, if it comes down to anybody's public safety or our employees. Because our employee safety is going to cost us more money in the long run. That's common sense. Number 2, it was mentioned money about the employee contracts. You know, there was 3 contracts that expired December 31st of last year. I don't understand why those 3 contracts that everybody knew that was expiring at that time wasn't put in the 2023 budget, or at least the 2024 budget. Not common sense. We all know everything goes up. You want to get good employees, you pay them. You don't give them a 3, 2, 1% raise. Let's shoot higher, due to the simple fact is they're getting more money taken out for insurance and their benefits and their pensions. So to use that excuse, I just don't like it, because you're holding your employees over the fire. It's pretty sad when I sat there on my Oprah request on the employee contracts that our starting firemen are making about $17.55. Our police department, go to the Facebook page and look what Vineland, the city of Vineland's starting their police at. And then look at our police starting salary. It's a slap in the face. And I understand Vineland gets more UEZ money. You know, they got the cannabis sales, they got more ratables and stuff. This is why we lose good employees. Sorry to say. You know, the 2024 budget should have at least had those 3 in there. Not only that, there's 2 or 3 contracts up this year that should have been included in this budget. And next year, at least I know of 1. So to sit here and say, we got employee contracts that are due, we got 3 expire of public safety. The one next year is also another public safety one. So maybe instead of giving us back 5 cents, like what happened this year, after you took 12 cents from the trash, not only the 12 cents from the trash, you took money from COVID funds, you took money from water and sewer. Maybe you guys should have kept the 5 cents. So that way you could put it towards the employee raises and gave them a decent raise and maybe a starting good salary. It's just sad to see when I sit here and I know these men and women over here, I know they're working out without a contract since 23rd from last year. I know who's up for contracts. I did the Oprah request. So maybe we can get them settled at a nice raise and better starting salary, along with all the other city employees, including Council 18 and the administrators. Because I'd rather pay more in taxes if I know the employees of this city's taken care of, because their whole hearts and souls are involved in this city. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Interesting now,
Leader.
Roy Shepherd, Millville. Looking through the internet today, I seen a hot topic, Daily Journal. Violent marijuana facility growing as demand soars in New Jersey. My question on this is, the city has a business administrator. I'm guessing that the administrator brings and entertains business that comes to the city with projects that they want to do. We have a city planner that also is supposed to guide us in what way we're going to go with the city as far as our industrial park out to the airport. My question is, are they doing their job that they're intended to do, that they're employed to do? We have not seen very much from the business administrator speak at a public place like this very many times. So I'm a little confused to what their actual job is, being an administrator, business administrator here in the city. We have this industrial park that's coming out to the airport. As stuff starts to happen, we haven't really had a lot of say on what's going on as far as the public. We're kind of blindsided. We don't really know what's going on without asking questions. Another thing I'd like to talk about is, where are we at with the 15th Street sale? When is the closing? Is it September? Is it maybe September? Is it October? What is the status on that? Have we looked at other buildings? I see that the Swan Building on South 2nd Street is now for sale. That is a very nice property down there. Nice location. It's an established property. You know, maybe we need to retrofit a little bit. It's a nice looking property. Questions arise of where are we at with the relocation of 15th Street? And that's all that I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Roy.
Thank you, Roy.
Carol Costaboon, Newcomb Town Road. Just a quick question I'm asking. When you have your redevelopment meetings, is that open to the public to attend?
No.
No, thank you.
Angeline Broomhall, Millville. Three things. One, 622 High Street. I'm very concerned about this property for quite some time. I did an OPA request going back from January 1st of 2023, asking for copies of any violations, inspections, applications, and permits granted and/or denied. If you're not aware of what building that is, it's the Soul Food Cafe. You know, somebody was shot in that parking lot, I think, a year or so ago. There's known overdoses and fire police there every day. They have some strange fence up that has now plastic around it, which I'm no zoning officer, but my experience on the zoning board prior lets me know that that is not approved, especially if we don't have any permits or anything for it. I know that there's a carport there. I don't know how they got approved for a carport if there's no applications or inspections. So I'm concerned about what's going on over there. You know, talk is it's a campground. They're being called a campground now. And knowing that it's a well-known hotspot, our first responders are there every day. I would hope that maybe we can beef up our zoning office, maybe get an additional zoning officer or something to go out there, and not just there, but other places throughout the city. That's just the biggest eyesore, you know, it's like the biggest pimple to pop, you know? Just, I know it's because that's what it is. It's a festering pimple in the middle of the city. So I'm asking that that be addressed. And again, I asked for all departments, so there's nothing. There's no records. The city Facebook group, we're paying someone to run that group. I know that's costing us money, and there was a post. I don't know that it says that it's signed by you, Mr. Mayor. I don't know if it was accidentally posted, but it's a fundraiser for breast cancer awareness or something for RK Chevrolet in Vineland. We all have our things that we support. You know, some support homeless, some support addiction, ovarian cancer, lung cancer, whatever. And this is no dig to breast cancer awareness, but we have a GoFundMe for playground equipment in Millville. And I don't feel comfortable paying for someone to run my social media to try to solicit donations for a business in Vineland. Like, that has nothing to do with Millville. And I find it, you know, almost insulting that we are paying to do that. It just seems wrong to me. And just a public announcement, I will be posting on Disrupting the Agenda the emails that I discussed that I was accused of lying about. I have them in full, unredacted. They will be posted within the next 48 hours. The initial request from Mr. Watson was in May. May 22nd, and the response came back from Mr. Suey. And then the order, the $7,800 order to have that done, those environmentals done, was July 18th. So that information that you requested and were blocked was in fact ordered and purchase order sent out on July 18th. I'll be posting that publicly, so if anybody else wants to question whether I'm a liar or not, you can all decide for yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brumall.
Good evening. William Jones, Mulberry Street in Millville. Me and my family recently just moved to the area. We are both retired military. I am a political science and law major, currently transferring into Rowan. This is our first home, and we decided to move up here from south, if you can't tell from the accent already, and my natural southern charm. It hasn't taken me long to make a lot of friends in a lot of areas and also find concerns that are shared here. A lot of it that I've noticed is public safety, especially with the, I feel like epidemic is a rough word to use it, but a lot of with the abandoned buildings that are currently boarded up and are turning into hovels for drugs, homeless, and other vagabonds, and basically people that just do not want to follow the law. I've also noticed concerns about the school districts and everything like that, and I was wondering if you guys might be interested in sitting down and having a meeting about that, maybe discussing things that people might want to do to further increase safety for the schools or the areas, even, say, buying up some of the properties or demolishing them to take away from the problem. And that's all I have tonight, for right now. It was lovely to meet everybody. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, Tamara Davis, Millville. A couple of questions that I have. First, back when the first go-around, when the garbage was going to be picked up by the city, there was a discussion and a purchase of a vehicle specifically for that. And I do believe, and maybe even have seen the public on that particular vehicle on the driving around. So now that the city has gone back, that the city garbage is going to be picked up by, that the waste is going to be picked up by ACUA, what is going to happen to that particular vehicle? Yes, the garbage has improved since the change has been switched back to ACUA, but there's still some issues, particularly tires, and I know that's not necessarily an issue that the city does deal with it, but maybe they could sort of include that since you have that vehicle has been purchased. And the other thing is we shouldn't be relying on a private citizen to go around and picking up TVs. For some reason, the TV or the electronic waste is not hitting the public either. And it's being left on the streets, and sometimes for months, before anyone actually realizes it's there. So again, If that vehicle is purchased, can it be used for that on a regular basis? My other concern is this. Back in June, I came up here and I discussed and again, give me a 30-second warning so I don't go over 5 minutes. I know that's a point of contention. Back in June, when I had discussed the painting of the yellow lines, I was not expressly thinking towards High Street. I was only discussing that particular area because that is my neighborhood. But the entire city is having an issue with yellow lines and just lines in general. That is a normal course of maintenance for any city, is to paint the lines on city roads and counties on county roads and state roads. So at the time, I was told that there is a plan to do that, funding coming from somewhere, and that's great, and it will be done in the fall. Well, in the next month, it will be the fall, and very soon it will be the winter. So the window for painting the yellow lines and markings is closing. So is there a plan? When it will be done? And again, I'm going to ask this, I'm asking the police force to possibly, when they are out and about in their areas, is to give tickets, please. This is a citizen asking to give tickets. All right, I'm not asking you to go above and beyond your jobs. I know there's a lot more going on in this city, but we could start from the small and go up. Give tickets, give warnings, please do something. Please pay attention that there is an issue and it's happening. And I'm not just talking about High Street, okay? There's other areas that are being patrolled where there is issues. And if you start paying attention to this, and I'm going to give you another example. The street sweeper comes through. There are no cars parked in the way of the street sweeper because guess what? They give tickets. The residents understand. They know. There's some that may learn. There's some that may go or forget, and I get that, but whether they pay the ticket or not doesn't matter because they still get it, and they'll stop it for the future. And I don't want to hear excuses this time of oh, people don't do this, and they ignore it in the courts and this and that and the other thing. Give the tickets. Give a warning. Is it too much to ask? Is it? I don't think so. Okay? Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. Seeing no one further, I will close the public comment portion. Closing comments of commissioners. Commissioner Hewitt.
Thank you. Got a lot of notes here. I'm not gonna hit every question because a lot of it belongs in other departments. But I'm gonna try and hit what works with us. Cut and clean, Roy, I don't know. That's fifth floor. I can't really give you an answer there. Tim, agreed. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say something about taxes. We all just got our tax bill. And hopefully we all just looked at it. It's an informational tax bill. My taxes are just under $5,500 a year. Key factor here. Everybody comes to us. Everybody comes to prior commissions, and they'll come to commissioners in the future. Out of that, just that number, my city tax bill that comes to the city, $1,682. The rest of that money goes part to the state. They got a couple little tchotchke things in there. Can't even remember what they were. Big chunk goes to the county. And the school board taxes are separate. What I'm saying here is your taxes, the majority of it, the major majority of it is going outside of this city. Yeah, we take the heat for it, and every commissioner does, prior to us and going on after us. But I just felt I should put that out there, because we talk about tax increases and stuff. Shoot, I talked about tax increases when I was campaigning. Anybody I talked to, I told them, I want to see 2 cents a year. dedicated to public safety. I just need to touch base on that with the mention of taxes. Roy, again, marijuana sales, I think you've seen who shows up when, because we've had a few discussions about marijuana sales here in this city since we've been in office. Residents don't show up in support of marijuana sales. The fire department spent a night out at a marijuana grow facility, and every one of our eyes were opened up to the security of that place, the operation of that place, and I think we talked about last meeting, we got our first notification of funds coming to us. It's not much. There is more. Voices make things happen. When we have a room that is full, when discussions start coming out about marijuana sales, and the room gets filled, and all we hear is no, 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 what are we supposed to do? Shoot, Vineland's got two. We're going to have one right across the Little White Bridge on Buckshootum Road in Laurel Lake right shortly. Something that I just don't know the fix to it. Angel. Yes, it's called the campground. Oh, she's gone. Okay, I'm going to refer to Angel Broomhall's comments. Yes, it has become known as the campground. The police department is there all the time. Fire department's there. I know when I first got in office, we went and inspected, the fire department went and inspected the cookers and stuff that are outside there. They are all the cookers are using wood or charcoal. There's no propane being used to fire those cookers. It makes them legal. The fence is, from what I get, from what I've questioned and been told, the fence is to delineate the man's property that owns that specific restaurant that was referenced because of the clientele at the property next door across on the parking lot. Has it been done legally with permits and all? I can't answer that. Again, it's outside of my purview. So that's the answer to that. And yes, it does look ugly. One thing I can tell you it has done, it has separated the fighting and the sales and everything else. I mean, last year we had 2 murders while I was on vacation in July on that property. It has separated people. William, welcome to Millville. Abandoned buildings, it's tough. We're all on it. Wish we could find the answer. We can't just knock them down. It takes time. It takes that. We do knock things down. We do sell for tax sales properties that have not been paying taxes. Schools, the commission doesn't have anything to do with schools. Schools in New Jersey are a separate entity of their own, with their own board of members. And we're getting ready to go back to school in another month or so. No, week or so. So, yeah, you're going to see the kids on the streets. Let's be careful. Especially Lakeside. Lakeside gets Sharp Street's crazy. So let's be careful when school starts back up, folks. We are hiring. Anybody knows? Anybody wants to have somebody come to work? Senior citizen? We are hiring crossing guards right now. We just hired, I believe, 5 more I just signed for because we need them. Tamara, the TVs, sadly, we all know who picked up the TVs, and he has no wheels. I don't know what the answer is to the city picking them up. And last but not least, we've been getting some emails and phone calls already out to Parks and Rec. Halloween again this year will be on Halloween night. Same time as it was last year. With that, progress.
Thank you, Commissioner Hewitt, and yes, Halloween should be on Halloween, no matter what day it is. I agree with that 100%. Commissioner Watson.
Yeah, there was a mention of a vehicle purchase for trash or bulk collection. I don't remember having a new vehicle or a new piece of equipment down there for bulk collection. The equipment that we use, we've already had. For the line painting, I'm more than happy to follow up on that, see where we are. I knew a couple things took priority. Not speaking as a commissioner, but just dad to dad. I have 2 kids that are, in the school system. I've had great experiences, and I hope you do have the same. Welcome to Millville. I think that's all I have. The rest I'll keep to myself to maintain professionalism. I would prefer that we don't take jabs at each other, try to maintain being civil. That's what I would like to try to do. So, thank you and have a good night.
I would agree, Commissioner Watson. Thank you. Vice Mayor Sui.
Yeah, first to address Mr. Carty's comments about budgeting for the contracts. The money was budgeted for contracts. May not have been as much as the union wants, but the money is in there for contracts. And of course, the amount will be negotiated. It was a responsibility of the negotiating committee to start those contract talks on time. You guys can go back and look and see who was on the negotiating committee. And those contracts did not start until September. But also be advised, thank you, Mr. Carty. I'm glad you're making hand signals. I enjoy that. So, not you, Tim, not you.
Only the Vice Mayor is allowed to
also,
speak. Thank you.
Something you guys may want to look into is, when people come up and say they don't mind paying more taxes, why don't you do an open request of, say, tax appeals over the last few years and see which neighbors are paying less than you are through an appeal. You might want to check into that. As to Ms. Broomhall's allegations, I wish she was still here, of me blocking Mr. Watson. What had happened is the environmentals for Gem Enterprises, we had a set. They had expired as they were over a year old. It was in July that the redevelopment attorney told us that we were going to need a new set. So that is when the purchase order was issued. It wasn't blocking information from anyone. Let's see. So I again, there's a lot of misinformation, out and out lies, accusations made. But I'm going to tell you a story that happened a few months ago, actually. So a very nice lady called and asked for my help. And I provided the help, solved the problem. At the end of the conversation, she said she prayed for me every day and wished that I would be nicer to people. I told her I pray every day too. This place will make you pray every day. So she said, how about if we pray together? And I said, sure. So I tell you that in order to tell you this. While I was sitting downstairs in between meetings, I wondered what advice that this wonderful lady would give me when it comes to addressing people that should question my integrity, motivations, or ethics, or call me a criminal, or make false accusations, or not have all the information. So I believe she would tell me to turn the other cheek. So this evening, that's what I'm going to do. But please remember, I only have 2 cheeks. Now, I don't know what motivates people to give out false information, make false accusations, or out and out lie, whether it be malevolence, an attempt to cause disgruntle among us, ignorance, or stupidity. I do know that I can't control people from making or insinuating false speech. What's disconcerting about this type of speech is the negative effect that it has on our city. And I will leave this for the employees. If a commissioner tells you I said something, stopped something, did something, they may not be telling the truth. So if you have a question, please ask me. All of you have my email address. All of you can get a hold of me. I'm here almost every day. So before you actually believe anything, ask, double check. With regard to, and well, I already addressed the tax. I'll leave with that. That's a pretty good place to leave.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. As Commissioner Hewitt said earlier, and as he was addressing his firefighters and I just want to remind the public that on firenews.com you can search through the state of New Jersey, and it says Fire News National Award winner awarded Heroic Fire Unit of the Year, and has a good, wonderful picture of a couple firefighters that are sitting here tonight and stayed through the whole meeting, which I appreciate, about their wonderful effort that they did in 2023 was recognized. And every day doesn't go unrecognized. I hope you guys do know that, and girls, of the fire and public safety and all the safety. Yes, our employees are valued the utmost, as well as our citizens. We try and we strive to produce the best that we can for what we can to each and every one of you that are here, to those that are listening, and to those that work for the city of Millville. Cannabis is a great thing for the city of Millville. We have one, you just saw us, we said goodbye to 2 other companies. Welcome to the state of New Jersey. It's the CRC. I preached on this before. I don't like the CRC. It was a political ploy. Look who's running it. They have no clue what to do. Cities like the city of Millville, we get shafted. Leading on to that, Mr. Jones, welcome to New Jersey. You'll see that government in New Jersey and all of New Jersey moves slow. It's how it is. It's how it will be. It's how it has been. Abandoned properties. We had a special hearing on an abandoned properties. That is potentially upcoming of a new special hearing of abandoned properties in the city. That the public and people that are wanting and willing to purchase those abandoned properties and then renovate and improve those to better the entire lives of all of our citizens here in the city of Millville. Ms. Davis, I remember you speaking prior regarding the painting of the lines. I remember having a conversation. I have to look back and to remind myself where that conversation went to and led to. I believe it was through a couple departments, but I have to check my notes rather on that when that time frame happened. It is the citizens' responsibility to dispose of electronic waste. Yes, we are very fortunate to have Robert McQuaid do that as a service to our citizens of Millville, but he's not required to. It's all of our jobs to dispose of our electronics waste to 15th Street currently. With that, I respect all of my commissioners for their due diligence that they do. We all strive to do the best. And continuing with what I was saying earlier, we all strive to do the best for our citizens, our community, and especially our employees. And with contracts, negotiations, and stuff. Does any of my current commissioners know when the last time city government has ever had a raise?
City commissioners?
Yeah.
Gotta be back in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, 43 years ago. But that's a fun fact. And for the quote of the day, life is too important a thing ever to talk about. Let me requote that by Oscar Wilde. Life is far too important a thing ever to talk seriously about. Thank you. All have a good night. Sorry.
To adjourn.
Yeah, motion to adjourn, please.
Make motion.
Second.
All in favor?